A player grinds for 100 hours in a video game to get a 1% boost to a digital sword. A sales rep stays at the office until 2 a.m. to hit a stretch quota. A teenager sits in a dark room, obsessively refreshing social media to see a red notification icon. These behaviors look completely different on the surface, but underneath, they are powered by the exact same psychological mechanism. Humans have a deep biological drive to satisfy two specific needs. First, we need to feel competent. We want to master difficult skills. Second, we have a profound need for relatedness, meaning we crave community validation and social status. In the physical, everyday world, fulfilling those two needs takes massive effort. Building a career, mastering a craft, or maintaining a close circle of friends requires a lot of heavy lifting and patience. Because real life is inherently difficult, we naturally gravitate toward engineered systems. Games, apps, and rigid corporate structures provide a highly efficient shortcut to feeling deeply competent and highly valued. This flowchart illustrates exactly how that shortcut works, a perfectly designed 5-part positive reinforcement engine. It begins with a clear, achievable challenge. Giving a user a difficult goal creates a state of cognitive tension. Your brain craves closure. When the user puts in the effort and overcomes it, they hit the achievement phase. This fulfills the need for mastery. You proved your skill by overcoming a specific obstacle. That achievement is immediately amplified by the community, a guild, a friends list, or a leaderboard, which witnesses and applauds the success. This triggers the reward phase. Your brain releases dopamine, and dopamine is a motivation molecule. It commands you to seek out more. The final step is pleasure. The user experiences a subjective high, a wave of relief, and immense pride from the social validation. This tells the brain the behavior was a success, and the loop spins again. This engine functions with incredible precision. But as this loop begins to repeat, it creates a momentum that shifts the way a person views the world around them. The cycle starts breaking down because of a psychological concept called hedonic adaptation. This bar chart tracking a user's pleasure response illustrates the problem. The first time you defeat a major boss or hit a sales goal, the surge of satisfaction is massive. But the 10th time you complete that exact same task, the feeling is trivial. You build a tolerance. To get that original high back, the user has to escalate. They need a harder challenge, they need to work 60 hours instead of 40, or they need a much rarer achievement. Software developers and corporate hustle cultures know this. They explicitly design their systems to provide an endless treadmill of escalating difficulty to accommodate this rising tolerance. Chasing a diminishing high requires massive time investments. To keep up with the treadmill, the user has to systematically pull their time and energy away from their physical, everyday environment. This split-screen comparison table reveals the ultimate showdown happening inside a user's brain, the engineered clean loop competing directly against the messy loop of reality. Look at how they handle goals. The clean loop offers specific tasks, like defeat 10 enemies, and delivers instant, unambiguous feedback. The messy loop offers vague goals, like get a promotion, with delayed, confusing feedback spanning months. The communities operate completely differently too. The clean loop provides a filtered 24/7 support system dispensing reliable dopamine. The messy loop requires intense effort, involves social friction, and hands out rewards unpredictably. The human brain is a strict efficiency-seeking organ. It constantly calculates the effort required for a specific task against the expected payoff, a concept psychologists call differential reinforcement. When the brain compares these systems, it calculates a terrible return on investment for real-world effort. Why bother navigating the ambiguity of real life when the app delivers status and pleasure on a reliable 15-minute schedule? Retreating into a screen is a biologically rational response to an engineered system that meets core human needs more efficiently than reality does. But creating this reality deficit has severe consequences. Because all of a user's energy flows into the clean loop, their real-world responsibilities, their career, their health, their relationships, are actively neglected. As the physical world decays, the emotional toll spikes. The user is hit with mounting stress, deep anxiety, and a pervasive sense of failure. This timeline tracks the third and final shift, the transition from positive to negative reinforcement. We start on the left with an upward arrow for seeking pleasure. But as real life collapses, that arrow fades out, replaced by a heavy, downward arrow, avoiding pain. The user is no longer engaging with the game or the app because it feels good. The engineered loop has become a form of self-medication. It's a psychological shield they use to numb the anxiety generated by the real life they are avoiding. This creates the ultimate trap. The user escapes real-world stress by hiding in the loop. Hiding in the loop causes further real-world decay. That decay creates more stress, requiring even more escapism, locking them into a pathological cycle. Addiction is the result of this engine functioning so perfectly that it becomes a self-perpetuating cycle, overriding other life priorities. Simply turning off the device, quitting the job, or deleting the app leaves those fundamental needs for competence and community entirely empty. True recovery requires acknowledging the reality deficit. It means doing the grueling work of making the messy loop fulfilling again. To break the cycle, we cannot just run from the artificial engine. We have to deliberately choose the friction, the ambiguity, and the slow, quiet rewards of building competence in the real world.